Hello and welcome to another edition of Ideal with Neil News Market Update. Well, we are now into the spring market. Certainly will be interesting to see what happens in the coming weeks here. Obviously, we saw December, January pretty flat, not unexpectedly, as far as sales and sales prices in December, January. I mean, December is usually people getting ready for the holidays, and January things just start to get going. But we've now gotten through February when things usually start to pick up a bit, and February has remained flat. So we shall see what happens there. Certainly coming into the new year, as I had mentioned on the last update, expectations were that with the bank cuts throughout the fall and a lot of pent-up demand, we expected a pretty decent spring market, and so certainly we didn't move that way in February. I mean, people talk about the weather, but I think realistically the biggest thing was all the tariff talk. What with people concerned about whether they were going to have a job, tomorrow, a month from now, 6 months from now. So it makes a big part of their decision-making process as a buyer. So certainly with all of the tariff talk, I'm sure a lot of buyers sat on the fence, kind of wondering what might happen. What happens in the next few weeks, who knows? But I think until we come to some sort of resolution with the tariff situation, realistically, we're probably going to keep, puttering along, I think, at best, with things here. And maybe it means if things get figured out in the not too distant future, we maybe have a delayed spring market, that sort of thing. But we'll just have to watch and see. Certainly, we've got a Bank of Canada announcement next Wednesday. Certainly, expectations are that there will be another cut there, but we'll monitor that and see what happens. Whether that's going to be enough to, get some buyers off the fence again. It's going to go back to job security and certainly, I think some resolution on the tariffs needs to happen for that to, for buyers to feel better. Okay, let's take a quick look at the market stats for February to give you a rundown there. First off, the average sale price for all products in Waterloo region, $767,000. Again, pretty flat the last few months with a marginal increase from February. Much of the same with regards to sales, 363 units. Again, all products in Waterloo region, kind of just plodding along for the last few months, and I suspect for March we're probably in for the same. Homes for sale inventory, all products, we're at 1,450 units. Certainly a big increase, but again, not expected totally. As you can see, things fell off as we got closer to the holiday season, and then started to rise heading in, through January, February, and into the new year here. Definitely more than we are used to, but then again, we're coming off many years of a low inventory environment, so it's not necessarily shocking. We can talk again about, people, selling their houses, perhaps because they have to, given mortgage rate renewals and things like that. But I think really that's, probably a small percentage of that inventory at this point. The average percent of list price is at 101.9%. Again, this gives us a pulse as to where we are at with multiple offers and how much below or above buyers are paying from the asking price. A lot, again, depends on seller pricing strategies and where they are in the process. So we see on average still getting sales a bit above asking price, but not nearly to the extent of the past few years. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens with the multiple offers. Again, it's really a case-by-case situation with each listing. So you can take a look at the updated market stat sheet and see for different products, detached, semis, condos, etc., and get a sense there. And obviously, as always, if you're curious about your place or just any questions in general, it's always easy for me to get into the system and drill down on things more specifically, to give you a sense of maybe what your place might be worth and that type of thing. Again, thanks for those who passed my name on in the last little while. Certainly important to have an experienced realtor kind of negotiating their way through, this type of market, which is a little bit different than what we've been used to for the last number of years. So if you know of anybody who's looking to do anything, I appreciate you passing my name on. I'll keep an eye on things here, certainly like a hawk here in March. Really curious as to what's going to happen, how things are going to play out. So we'll have an update on that next month. And until then, take care.